Now, solving the Rubik's Cube is quite popular among kids. It's fascinating, and when a kid sees another kid solve this complex problem, it's quite dazzling. But as we grow up, seeing someone solve the cube becomes less and less impressive. I mean, adults are like, okay, yeah, cool. But what people fail to observe is the immense number of benefits that solving a cube can actually bring to you. Hi, my name is Vaishnavie Sangam. So here are a few skills that a cuber usually picks up, usually unknowingly, and how it actually benefits your practical life. The first one is not hard to guess. It's improving problem-solving skills. Isn't life all about stumbling upon unwanted problems and solving them? I mean, you can ignore the problem, but they'll just lay there, keep poking and demanding you solve them. But how do you even begin? So the foundation of the skill is to break this huge problem into tiny pieces and then focus on them individually. So you might have seen that while solving a cube, we go layer by layer. First we solve the bottom layer, then we go to the middle layer and then to the top layer. Do not disturb the previously created layers, right? So it's kind of dividing your huge problem into smaller sub-problems, dealing with them individually, solving them, going to the next sub-problem, solving them. So maybe you might come to a point where you have to go back, integrate all the sub-problems that you have solved, and then you have like a bigger chunk of sub-problem that is solved for you. So you might not even realize how you are able to solve this huge problem by dividing it into small achievable sub-problems. So your each twist and move actually impacts the next step that you're going to take. So this helps you make sure that your foundation and your basics are clear. So how does this help, you ask? So this eventually helps you see patterns in many other complex problems in life, such as mathematics, maybe learning a new language, or just facing any new challenge in life. And sooner than you know, it becomes easier and very less daunting for you to solve your everyday life problems. So the next benefit is actually leveling up from the previous one. It is to map and analyze your steps. So learning any new algorithm needs you to actually memorize and understand each step, each moves in a sequential manner, and even one mistake can actually destroy everything that you have been doing. So you will have to figure out a way of going back to the previous step and doing it all over again. So this actually helps your brain to map out that, okay, this is what I have to do, and then this is what I have to do next, and this is what I have to do next. So in this way, you know how to attack a problem quite well in advance. And the same thing goes for real life. So you eventually become that kind of person who has a well-defined solving mechanism in their minds for almost all kinds of problem in real life. Well, we haven't talked about memory yet. So most of us use a set of algorithms to solve a cube, right? I mean, algorithms are great, they're awesome. They are like kind of techniques, set of rules that you use to solve complex problems, even the easy ones. Either way, it requires a lot of practice to actually solve the problem. You might ask yourself, how do I solve this quicker? How do I solve this more efficiently? How do I solve this in an elegant way? I mean, gracefully. So the secret is knowledge and memory. So now you know how to break a problem and solve them, so you now have to focus on memory. Muscle memory. So muscle memory actually helps you create a better motor and memory system in your mind. So while practicing, I realized that I just randomly quickly solved the cube, sometimes without even giving it much of a thought. So while I was filming my first tutorial, I realized that I was not able to do the steps slowly. My fingers were so trained to do it in a certain fashion. So while I was doing the same thing in a slower speed, I was actually forgetting what it was. I realized that I was not actually solving it using my brain. I was solving it using my muscle memory. So if you don't realize how important muscle memory is, just rearrange a few apps on your phone here and there, usually the ones that you use a lot, and then just see how you start to struggle to find those apps. Improving patience. Well, what can I say? This is something that our generation seriously lacks. So this puzzle requires a lot of patience. Sometimes it might take you hours to solve this thing because it requires a lot of strategies that you have to deal with, and there are a lot of turns, there are a lot of unexpected things that might happen, things that you might encounter for the very first time. I mean, there's not just only one way. You can try solving it using multiple ways, and while a person tries to explore all those different ways, you not only learn different ways to tackle a problem, but you learn patience. You might fail sometimes and you might succeed, but when you do fail, you realize that you have to try again, and that builds your patience. Keeps your mind active. So whether you're a speed cuber or just solve puzzles at random, such activities actually tend to keep your mind active. Cubing actually helps cognitive functionalities in your mind. So this helps you keep alert, informed, and more conscious in general. Improves speed. So as I already mentioned, that cubing actually helps increase your reflexes, and if you try speed solving, you're actually solving this cube as fast as you can. So if you know how to do something, you know how to do it fast. So you make sure that in life, especially in your career, that you don't be a fast learner. So there is no point in learning something quickly in the beginning itself. Take your time, understand it. Be more of a detailed learner than a fast learner. Because speed will get you nowhere unless you don't know how to do it properly. So once you do know, you can be as fast as you want. Improves agility. Although it is a little confusing, solving a Rubik's Cube actually helps your fingers gain agility. Being agile can benefit you in typing faster, coding better, and interact with your computer in a better way. So a Rubik's Cube actually helps keep your fingers, sharp and strongly coordinated with your mind. Improving reflexes. So solving a cube requires you to memorize a lot of algorithms in actually twisting and turning these layers in a matter of seconds. Those speed cubers, they can actually cross like 3 to 4 moves like in a second. Such people have like a very sharp reflex and an amazing hand-eye coordination. So I don't think I really need to talk about the benefits of having very sharp reflexes with you, because quick reflexes can actually help you identify items quickly, read and even observe color patterns. So as human beings, we need to use our hands and eyes and coordinate them to actually do our day-to-day lives. So having a better reflex actually puts you way ahead in the list. Enhances concentration and configuration. So solving a Rubik's Cube needs a lot of focus. And since all of us actually consume a lot of reels and TikToks, our attention span is literally the same as that of a goldfish. 15 seconds. That's how long a TikTok is. So this makes it very hard for me to concentrate on just one particular task at a time. So while solving a Rubik's Cube, our mind is constantly activated in gaining a new information, finding out a way to process it, and giving a solution back. Helps in breaking mild addictions. So I think it's a little difficult for me to explain this, but cubing actually helps break a lot of addictions. It's just like exercising, but for your brain. It keeps your brain busy and involved. Your hands will be involved in coordinating with your brain. For example, nail biting. I hate nail biting. If you want to get rid of that, pick a Rubik's Cube. However, keep in mind, this is also really addicting. You probably never get bored. If you're lazy and nothing is interesting, or if you're really hyperactive and you like doing everything, no matter what you are, this is the perfect solution. This puzzle will feed right into your brain. It requires a lot of concentration. It doesn't let your mind wander. And there are literally thousands of types of cubes. Trust me, you will never get bored. Determination and focus. So any puzzle that requires a lot of trial and error actually helps your mind swing between different possibilities.
Now that was a heavy sentence.
Okay, what will happen if I do this? What will happen if I do this? And this actually helps you create impromptu strategies in your mind. In fact, this is the reason why Rubik's Cube is really suggested for kids who are very young, because it helps them concentrate, it helps them actually build problem-solving skills, and helps them utilize all of their mental capabilities. And what is it if it's not problem-solving? And the last point that I wanted to talk about is that it develops a sense of gratification. It's kind of on a personal note, and also a lot about how a person feels. Solving a cube actually brings a sense of gratification. It means that you invested time and energy on something that you didn't know, and now you know how to do it. It gives you a sense of achievement and accomplishment. Although there are thousands of people who can do it, but I can do it. That's what matters to me, that I can do it. And that is a personal challenge for me, that I have walked to the other side, to the side with individuals who know how to conquer a problem. So it is also natural to get a reward in the form of a perfect solution. And on a side note, the solution is also capable of earning you some bragging points. Am I right? So the Rubik's Cube teaches you something really important about living with simplicity. Look at it. No batteries, no fixed set of instructions. It's just a problem out there wanting to be solved. So it's quite obvious as to why it gets such a global sensation. So this puzzle appeals to everyone, old, young, in the middle. Solving the cube is simple, but it doesn't mean it's easy. It becomes easy and comfortable with time. It helps uncomplicate things in life, declutter the mind. It builds patience and perspective, and that's why you should solve a Rubik's Cube. That took me some research. So if you are new here, or if you're one of those who haven't subscribed, it's right there. And don't forget to give this video a like, and comment down below on any other video ideas that you might have. I'll be happy to do them, and thank you so much for watching this video. Okay, now roll the bloopers. Let's get together. How I'm looking, what is the angle? I think I should lift myself up a little bit. Yes, this looks fine. But as we grow up,
life becomes sad every day.
Isn't life all about that was so weird. Going to the next sub-problem, solving them and doing this
till you attain death.
And sooner than you my legs. How do I solve this quicker? So while I was doing the same thing in a slower So if you don't understand how important muscle memory is, so if you because you're so habituated. So whether you're a speed cuber or a puzzle so being agile can actually help you benefit. And in this digital age, so I think it's a dramatic. Your hands will be involved in coordinating with your brain.
Mine is not, at the moment.
No matter what you are, this is the perfect solution. It means that you have invested time and efforts on something that you did not know.
Gosh, why did I do that?
Did not know. Didn't know. This puzzle, the more you... Why am I not able to say this sentence properly? No, be more clear in saying those words. Cut. Do you not work? What? How useless are you?